Hi.
Hey everybody, welcome to dinner. It's time to eat. I know everybody looks forward to eating every single meal, 3 times a day, if you eat 3 meals, right? And we are here, of course, to show you what we're eating for dinner tonight. And of course, if you've been watching our videos, great. You already know what we're going to talk about. Well, you kind of do. You don't know what dishes they are. They're mystery dishes because we never know what we're going to get. But if you're new, we want to tell you about this food that you can get, which is going to optimize your health in ways that you may not even know about or even imagine is even possible. Because most of the time, when you go out and get food in restaurants, you basically, if you're like me, you're just wondering how it's going to get you and in what way. Because the restaurant food is not designed to optimize your health unless you're at GreenFare Organic Cafe and they have this meal plan that we want to talk to you guys about. I'd call it like a personal chef, like consider it like your ghost kitchen and meal prep service, whatever you want to call it. But also know that it optimizes your health. That's the most important takeaway, and it's delicious, and it's different than what you may have. Even if you're going to a restaurant, even if you've hired a personal chef or you're on somebody else's meal plan, we're going to explain to you in this video why this food is different, so you can explain it to others, or at least you can understand why you should go out yourself and get this stuff. Now, you got to also realize this is only in the DC area, only in Northern Virginia right now. I wish it was everywhere. We wish this was everywhere because we travel all the time. And whenever I travel, Denise will tell you, right? I'm just wondering how much the restaurant food is going to hurt me. And we've started to develop a good routine where we can, ask the restaurants what we want to have in our food. But you can tell everybody, right? It takes a lot of explaining to talk to people, and we don't even know if they're going to get it right. And a lot of times they don't.
Yeah, and they might not have a web app that allows me to type in the customizations like no oil or salt, and I'll have to call. And even then, I have to tell them 3 different ways how to not fry the tofu.
That's right. And let me show you what we're eating, by the way. We have right up front here an organic mushroom carbonara. And then behind here, we have an organic jackfruit jambalaya. So this is not your regular, simple to make, easy stuff. It's not like something you could throw together at home in like 20 minutes time or whatever. It's going to require a lot of shopping. It's delicious. It's like a restaurant entree, like a nice dinner place. And this is what you get to eat every single meal if you get the 7 meal plan. So we encourage you to do so. And by the way, the link is down below. Look down below in the description. If you don't see everything in the description of this video, like if you're watching on LinkedIn, hey LinkedIn, you may be wondering, where's the rest of the description? We'll go to our YouTube channel, aplantbaseddiet.org. Click on the live videos. So we're going to run through the list. Denise has got the list in front of her, and we're going to tell you why this is different. And keep in mind, if you're saying, oh, I'll just go to any plant-based restaurant or any place that has a vegan option, I'll pretty much get the same thing. That's not the case. It's not even close to the case. And we're going to run through the list so you'll understand. So go ahead, Denise.
It's loaded with phytonutrients and fully intact fiber.
Fiber. Okay, fiber is something you don't get in a lot of faux vegan products, like faux meats, faux cheeses, faux all kinds of stuff, right? They take the fiber out. The juices take the fiber out. So many other forms that you get. Anything that's popular nowadays, I'd say, in plant-based and vegan stuff has fiber removed. And of course, if you're removing things from the food, you're also likely removing nutrients from the food. We don't want to do that. The plants are what benefit your body, so you got to eat as much of the whole plant as possible. What's next?
It's fully organically grown.
Organic. Okay, that's important. Why? Because of chemicals. Are chemicals good for the human body?
Not at all.
No, they're good for, what are they good for? Destroying the environment.
Killing bugs.
Yeah, killing a lot of things. Actually, disinfecting your surfaces because it kills everything. So the last thing you want is your plants to be grown with chemicals. So you got to eat fully organic. How many restaurants do you even know out there that are fully organic?
One. It's GreenFare.
Yeah, well, I mean, you may know of 1 or 2, and that's great. But are they fully plant-based? And do they meet all of the other things that we're talking to you about? Let's keep on going so you can see if that's the case.
It's certified healthy vegan food.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Healthy Vegan Food is our nonprofit certification, aplantbaseddiet.org. If you want to learn more about it, go to healthyveganfood.info. You can learn about all that. You can learn about what that means. and you can learn about actually why, the scientific reasons as to why oil is bad for your body. There's 2 videos, each of them over an hour long. So about 2.5 hours of video on there, explaining you the scientific reasons. And we'll get into next some of the other things that make up healthy vegan food. What's next?
It optimizes your immune system and gut health.
Okay, that's right. If you've got fiber, okay, you got all the nutrients, all the fiber. That's what you need to optimize your gut health. Your gut basically is connected directly to your brain. It's the main producer of serotonin in the body. It balances you. It keeps your weight at a correct weight, keeps your BMI correct, and you don't have to worry about portion control. I mean, you've heard about that, like don't take more than this ounces of food. That you don't have to worry about that as long as you're eating fiber-rich food that feeds your gut health. There's some dog out there on the greenway. You see over there? Yeah. Okay, what's next?
Contains 0 added oil, sugar, or salt.
Okay, these are things that our healthy vegan food certification deals with. Oil, sugar, salt. Sugar, you don't want to have processed sugars. Any other ways to sweeten it? A processed sugar is like white, right? It's like some people call it a white poison because they strip all the nutrients off of it. They bleach it or they color it with something, use bone char, who knows what they use, and they take all the fiber out of it. So it's bad. You can sweeten things, has GreenFare sweeten things with like date paste and things like that. Yeah, they take whole dates, which is a fruit, if you don't know, and it has lots of fiber, and they mix it together and they make a sweetener out of it. Now, the other thing, salt. Salt is always, I talked to somebody in the past, like salt is like a preservative. But I think humans over time have gotten addicted to this preservative because in the past, you didn't have refrigerators or freezers, right? Back in the day. So how did you preserve something if you couldn't grow food all year round? Well, one of the ways was salt, right? And I think that humans have gotten addicted to that. But unfortunately, it definitely raises your blood pressure, among many other things. And I can tell you my blood pressure, I'm 52 years young. Denise is 51. I've got this watch I bought just for my blood pressure. It monitors my blood pressure. Since I've had it for months, my average is like, was it 105/65? I think is what it is. Something like that. It's on the low end of normal, which is optimal. Okay, and I do not eat salt. If I eat salt now, I've gotten so out of the habit of eating salt because most people have their taste buds are kind of expecting it. Mine is not expecting it. I feel it in my mouth for days. So you can always add a little bit of salt if you need to. Have a salt shaker, but never cook with it. And GreenFare never cooks with it. So again, what restaurant is going to tell you they do this? They're not going to, nobody else. And the oil. I had this discussion the other day too. Would you ever pour oil down your drain? No. You know, have you ever made oil yourself? Because it's such a natural product, right? Olive oil, avocado. No one's ever made oil that I've ever met. You need like a special press or a machine because it presses all the nutrients, all the fiber out of that food. What you're left with is basically all fat. And it does terrible, terrible circulatory system damage. And all of that is scientifically proven. If you want to learn about it, go to healthyveganfood.info, scroll down, look at the videos. What's next?
It contains 0 animal products.
Okay, animal products, how much fiber is in animal products?
0.
How much, is there cholesterol in animal products?
Always.
Is there cholesterol in plants?
Nope.
So that's all you need to know, right?
Right.
And do plants walk around and can you pet plants and can you hug them and stuff like you do animals?
No.
So why would you want to eat something like that? I don't even know, but that's a whole other topic. We're not going to get into that. What's next?
It contains low caloric density and low percentage of calories from fat.
This also goes back to the point of you don't need to worry about portion control. If you're eating a low percentage of calories from fat and low caloric density, what you're eating is the way the food in the form of your body, your health is going to be optimized when you eat like that. So you don't have to worry about portion control. And then the fat, low percentage of calories from fat, it is known, and you can look this up on the internet, that basically the high percentage of calories from fat diet causes type 2 diabetes. That is what causes it. Another reason why you don't want to have oil. Oil is all fat. You don't want type 2 adult onset diabetes. You don't want that. It's totally preventable. And even type 3 diabetes is likely related to this. Type 3 is Alzheimer's and dementia. If you know anybody with that, you know what I'm talking about. This is preventable, reversible in most cases.
It's cooked at temperatures below 350 degrees Fahrenheit.
Right, okay. Well, that means no acrylamides, which cause cancer. That's a known carcinogen, so you don't want to do that. And, of course, GreenFare doesn't do that. Again, what other restaurant's going to tell you? What other food service is going to tell you they do this?
Certainly not a pizza shop.
Yeah, nobody.
Or anyone that cooks with a wok.
This is why we wish there was a GreenFare in every city. And this is the incredible resource here in Northern Virginia. If you know anybody in the DC area, please tag them in this post so they know about this incredible resource.
This is low glycemic index food.
Low glycemic means your blood sugar doesn't spike. It means you probably will have a much lower probability of developing or having attention deficit disorders, things like this. And of course, your pancreas is not taxed when you don't eat food with a high glycemic index, which is what most people eat. It needs to be full of fiber. It needs to be low caloric density, low glycemic index.
It contains 0 alcohol.
Okay, alcohol. Does GreenFare even sell alcohol?
No.
Okay, what's the #1 profit center for restaurants?
Alcohol sales.
Yeah, so you know that you understand right away just from that why GreenFare is the only restaurant in town looking out for your health, and that's their only mission. Alcohol is also a class 1 carcinogen, top-level cancer causer. You don't want it unless you want cancer. So it's also something that's kind of been developed into our culture over time. I don't even know why exactly. I'm just thinking that, again, I go back in time and there was no refrigerators, no freezers. How would you store this fruit for months if you're out of season, right? Another way is to ferment it, right? And it'll last a lot longer that way. And unfortunately, it's kind of spoiled at that point, and it does cause cancer. So we don't want to deal with that. Anything else?
My noodles are whole grain.
Oh, whole grain. That's right. So everything is whole grain. So if you're saying, hey, Mike or Denise, what's with all this pasta and stuff over there? Isn't pasta like really bad, high glycemic index? Well, no, it's low glycemic index if it's whole grain.
Yeah, because
right?
It's soaked with water and it's whole grain.
Yeah, all the grains are there. So also another thing, I talked with Pericles over there at GreenFare. Say hi to Pericles if you're there. He mentioned that whole grain pastas also have less gluten in them. And also the whole gluten thing may likely be the fact that you're not eating organic. So if you have a gluten insensitivity, not full-blown celiac, although that may be reversible as well, try this out, because I have a feeling whole grain pasta, organic pasta, may be the thing that you need. Because I love pasta, and I used to have a gluten sensitivity, but I don't anymore. It's gone away. So let's show you again. This is the organic mushroom carbonara. What? Okay, the mushrooms are kind of like meat, but without being fake meat, right?
Yeah, usually carbonara has meat and cheese in it. This is obviously a plant-based.
Yeah, but it's not the faux meats, because the faux meats are full of like protein isolates. They're full of added salt. They're full of oil. Yeah, added fats. This has none of that. This is a natural way to do it with actual mushrooms that taste delicious. I can tell you, because I've had this many times. And then here's the organic jackfruit jambalaya. All right, there we go. Is that yours? That's yours? And I'm mine?
Yours.
That's mine? Oh, yeah, switch them around. Oh, man, I don't get the pasta?
I'm playing photographer.
Oh, man. All right, well, we're going to go enjoy our food. Right, you're going to put your... Yeah, okay. We want our last shot to show both of them before it's gone. I'll never see that carbonara again, because Denise is going to eat all of it. Right?
Yep.
All right, let me... Well, I can't quite get this in the frame, but you get the idea. So be sure, try this out. Vote with your dollar. This is if any of what we said is supported by you, please comment in the comments below. Vote with your dollar. Order at GreenFare. Look below. You can click on and order your 7 meal plan, and you pick up either Monday or Friday from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Monday and Friday, actually. You can do both. And there's always 7 different meals that are delicious every single time. Make it part of your regular routine. Because even if you were cooking at home, and I'm sure you're a great cook if you are, my guess is you're not going to cook as healthy as this. You're not going to you're not going to check off all the boxes like they check off here at GreenFare. So why not make it easy? This is an incredible resource. If only, can you imagine if you grew up eating food like this, and you were only eating food like this, and you had to eat the other stuff? You wouldn't know what to think. We hope the paradigm will shift like that, and we think it will over time. But we need you guys to spread the word and vote with your dollars. So help us out, right?
Yeah.
All right, we'll see you at the next meal. Actually, our next video will probably be at the farmer's market on Saturday morning. So we'll see you there. Don't forget about us at the farmer's market. GreenFare Organic Cafe, open every day on Eldon Street. If you can't make the farmer's market, they're open every day from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Bye.